And this is a behind the scenes stuff, but we're not going to focus on this. I want to get the review done because y'all, some of you have been waiting for it. And this movie came out, so Venom, Let There Be Carnage. Now, like I say, this movie complements the first movie, much like Superman 2, at least Superman 2, directed by Richard Donner and not Lester. Superman 2 complemented Superman 1. Um, and in some ways, it's better than the first one, but you need the first movie, right? You need the first movie to explain where Venom came from, how he came to be. This is some Ultimate Spider Man shit right here. This is where Ultimate Spider Man got the Venom power. Now, I know the origin story of the original '88 Venom, but I thought this was interesting too, where he met his friend, and his friend was like immoral and stupid, kind of sleazy and shit. And then he had this black ink in a black ink jar and became Venom. And this is the Ultimate Carnage, which you find out the fate of Gwen Stacy in Ultimate World, and that's really sad. Kind of almost even sadder than what happened with Green Goblin. But this movie was very good. They got rid of that stupid wig that this dude had. I mean, Woody Harrelson had a stupid wig on at the end of the first movie, but it was like, you know. But I really like this one. Now you're going to see Venom. You're going to see Carnage. In the original movie, which I have over here, but I'm doing a Mr. Fantastic move here to find that. This is the original monster for this was just some, like, I don't know, what was he, a commander or what was he? And this one here, it is a character we all care about. And then you got Shriek from Maximum Carnage. You've got all kinds of characters in here. And the only thing I don't like, of course, is that, you know, how bad of a simp or a wimp is Eddie Brock when he's hanging around his girlfriend, who's now a fiance. He's got, he's like the third wheel in this relationship. You know, if it's a real pussified character, it's got to be Eddie Brock, right? Because he can't move on past his ex. He can't. I mean, you're not sure at the end of the first movie that she moved on from her doctor boyfriend, but now you know that she didn't, obviously, clearly. That's one of the things I didn't like. So I kind of feel like these two complement each other, much like the Superman movies and maybe the Batman movies, except for The Dark Knight Rises. So, like, if you took the first two movies, and that's all you really need, right? The only thing now we're missing, of course, is Spider-Man's involvement, Tom Holland, which, of course, you see at the end of the first movie. There's some spoiler here. Spoilers are going to be just kind of mixed in, but yeah, this was, I think, Andy Serkis's acting debut, right? So I thought that was really cool. And Venom looks even more polished than before, where you saw little bits and pieces of him. Now you see way more. The animation's better, the performance is better. This is, like I say, this is like the best B movie you'll ever watch. It's not, you're not looking at, quality, you're not looking at quality Avengers Endgame stuff. You're not looking at, not even Spider-Man quality, but like something different. And Venom was one of the first characters I was very intrigued by. Like when I was a kid, I was about 6 years old, okay? They introduced Spider Man in the black costume. And Secret Wars, I think a couple of years later, maybe in 1986 or 87, probably 1986, they introduced Spider Man in the black costume with that, a little red shield. It's a lenticular shield, as you can see, a moving picture, right? You see one image, you see the next image. And it was on the shield, you'd see Spider Man transform. And they had Web of Spider Man. And there was like, I remember that issue cost $5 at the time to buy it back in the 80s. So there was a whole big deal about the black costume. But at some point, Spider-Man got rid of the costume, where he got rid of the symbiote costume, but he still wore black. And then came Venom, and I think Todd McFarlane helped bring him in. And that issue is worth what, $1,000? Venom, a couple of thousand. I never bought that issue, but you should have bought the issue because then it would have gone up in price. As it is, I have Kate Bishop first appearance, Young Avengers. I bought that, and I never thought it was going to be worth anything. I thought it was going to be a cool, miniseries. There's Dr. Dan. So yeah, Dr. Dan never left. That's kind of sucks. But this was a. I mean, I think this second movie was treated with way more respect than the first movie. You had in that what's her name? I forget her name. She's in here somewhere. Um, Tom Hardy, Kelly Michael. What's her name? She in here? I forget. She's the one that played the Middle Eastern scientist. She's the one that dated Chris Evans, I think. I forget. See, I'm forgetting names. I can't remember names anymore. I can't remember the names of people, but it sounds like Hardy. It's not Felicia Hardy, but it sounds like it. Damn, I can't remember people anymore. I can't remember people. I'm 43. I can't remember anybody's name. There's Woody Harrelson. He did a great version of Carnage. You could have picked the guy from CSI Miami, David Caruso, to play it. But it's got to be somebody who's just kind of can go off the deep end. And I think that Woody can. I mean, you see him attack a TMZ guy, was like taking pictures of him. It's like, don't fuck around with him. He's not playing games with you. Yeah. But yeah, this was a fun time. So I think if you ask any number of people, I think they'll say this one was better because it introduced the character. It was the birth movie, and then this one had a weird ending. But you kind of have to watch both to know what's going on, to really care about who Eddie Brock is, who Venom is, and how it's possible Carnage came about. I can't think of too many characters. I mean, whatever Spider-Man villain hasn't been touched upon, like the Chameleon. Like if you think of, okay, the easiest thing to do, and even Sony knows this, that whatever villain, Spider-Man villain has not been used in a movie and there's not enough time. Like let's say the Chameleon, Kraven the Hunter. Um, there's a number of characters. Morbius has his own movie. You just kind of think of it, and then whatever characters are there, then you would end up using those characters as a Venom enemy. Because I'm trying to think of many more. Mysterio has been used. Who hasn't been used yet? Scorpion. Scorpion. There you go. Scorpion's the Spider-Man, but also Scorpion was the second host. Matt Gargan was the second host of the Venom symbiote. So why not have Scorpion in there? You could think of many different ways to do this. But ultimately, if a third movie is going to be made, you would have to do. You would have to get Tom Holland. You have to get the two Toms together. I was really disappointed at the end of No Way Home that we didn't see a first contact post-credit scene. We just see Tom Hardy talking shit, whatever. There's the bartender. There's another symbiote. Like, come on, no, don't do that. Don't do that shit. Give us first contact, or fuck off. Don't give us this shit. So let's see. I'm gonna rate both of these. I'm gonna say this one's a 7 and this one's an 8. All right. I did like this one more, but ultimately, because these two are so closely related, you would have to watch both. Think of it as a 4 hour. Think of it like the Snyder Cut, a 4 hour movie. You watch that. This one has Stan Lee in it, and then you watch this one. It's like a movie fest, like a whole matinee. What Marvel movies to look forward to? I think I don't really fucking know. I mean, oh yeah, Doctor Strange. Doctor Strange. We'll see how that goes. That's coming soon, right? This year, I think.